Hello, Coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We start with Frenkie de Jong, as it has been reported that the Barcelona midfielder will not leave in the January window. He wants to succeed at the club. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then to conclude this episode, talking about this report claiming that Barcelona are looking to retain 2 out of their 3 left backs for next season. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, before we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Frenkie de Jong's Barcelona career seems to have gotten back on track. For someone who was on the verge of exit in the summer, although forceful, a return of 4 starts in each of Barcelona's 4 matches is commendable, to say the very least. Despite that, however, there is constant noise regarding his uncertain future at the club, and Spanish publication Sport has mentioned that there is absolutely no way that he would leave the team in the January window. It must be remembered that de Jong's relationship with Barcelona's management took a big hit back when he refused to leave the team ahead of the ongoing season. Back then, Barcelona struck an agreement with Manchester United worth nearly 80 million euros, which the player blatantly refused. Fellow Premier League side Chelsea tried to jump on the wagon, but the former Ajax man was intent on playing for Xavi. Now, it's a different thing that playing the UEFA Champions League was a huge factor. But apart from that, it is believed that Xavi's style of play intrigued him a lot. And now that the situation is changing, he is feeling confident about the future, and in that regard, his position remains firm as he wishes to fulfill his ongoing contract with Barcelona. Interestingly enough, it's not to say that Barcelona are of the similar idea. On the contrary, if they feel there is a need for financial injection next summer, they would not hesitate to sell the midfielder. For that though, only an astronomical fee would convince him. As far as suitors are concerned, while de Jong still has his doubts about Erik ten Hag's Manchester United project, he would be open to exploring other venues like Chelsea and Bayern Munich. But all this remains a distant dream at the moment, as the player seemingly wants to continue and succeed at Barcelona. And if the club does not force him out, it could become a possibility. Up to now, Frenkie de Jong's future is not 100% certain. The player fought his way to play for Barca in the summer. We quite remember when his name was all over the place when it comes to transfer news for Barcelona. Of course, Frenkie de Jong is doing so well this season, honestly speaking. Whenever given the chance by the manager, Frenkie de Jong is putting up very good performances on the pitch, But there's still that feeling that Xavi and Laporta have something hidden about, against the player to ensure that he leaves the club next summer. But Frenkie de Jong has always loved Barca. He will always choose Barca anytime, any day, despite going to Europa League or whatever. Of course, there were some certain reports claiming how Barca would try to push him out from the club in January, if it is possible. That is, if it is possible. But this report have claimed that Frenkie de Jong will never leave Barca mid-season. He wants to see out his contract that expires in 2026. He wants to succeed in Barcelona. Of course, he has every right to do so because he has a contract and he can't be forced out. Of course, Barcelona, I don't know if one of the tactics that I want to push Frenkie de Jong all over the place in transfer news has been a new DM. Barca want a new DM. And definitely we know Frenkie de Jong is a DM who can play so well. He plays so well in that role. But from the look of things, Xavi, Laporta, in fact, Barcelona as a whole, they don't want him. They want another DM, not him, in that role. So that's where there's a problem. Frenkie de Jong have already said he does not want to leave and he wants to succeed at the club. Man United were strongly interested the whole last summer. Erik ten Hag tried his best to convince him, but there was no way. Barca tried to push him, there is no way. So the player still has a long time here from all indications, because he knows very well that he can put up very good displays and help the team grow to achieve their goals. So let's see how it goes for Frenkie de Jong. But January, definitely, there's no possibility that Frenkie de Jong will contemplate leaving in the January window, because he knows very well that he has the quality to succeed at the club. Then on to the next story of discussion. A recent report from Daryl Sport has offered an update on Barcelona's policy in the left back unit. Widely considered one of the major problem areas in the summer, it appears Barcelona have been able to gain some clarity as far as the future of the left back department is concerned. Indeed, the club have been boosted by the breakthrough of youngster Alejandro Balde. The young left back has emerged as one of the rising stars in La Liga, thanks to a series of consistent performances in the league, including in the most recent matchup against Valencia. In light of Balde's brilliance, Barcelona now aim to make him the first choice left back in the years to come. But as far as the other options are concerned, there is still a sense of uncertainty. Jordi Alba, in particular, has fallen out of favor at Camp Nou and is not considered a major part of Xavi's plans. The veteran has struggled to, offer consistency to the table, which in turn has allowed Balde to achieve a rapid rise to prominence. With Alba struggling to offer any quality to the table, Barcelona intend to offload him in the near future. Meanwhile, in the case of Marcos Alonso, the club are convinced by his performances since the start of the season. His ability to operate as a utility man, coupled with his experience and composure, make him an important asset for Xavi. Therefore, Barcelona are looking to renew the deal for Alonso. The former Chelsea star's current deal at Camp Nou expires at the end of the season, but the new deal could see him remain in Catalonia at least until 2024. The left back department for Barca, honestly speaking, has no great problem as it stands, because we have Alejandro Balde, who is performing at a world-class level. Alonso is also a very good left back, experienced left back at that. Jordi Alba, third choice to Xavi as it stands. So Barcelona are less concerning for that left back as compared to right back or DM, as recent reports have suggest. Of course, it's great to see that we have already some quality players in that left back role. But this report is claiming that Jordi Alba definitely will leave the club at the end of this season. Barca want to offload him, if possible in January, but it will likely be in the summer. Jordi Alba, as we all know, has been for Barca since 2012, and he has been the starter all the time until when Xavi changed his mind and started a young player in Alejandro Balde, and we have seen how Balde is doing wonderful things. So Barcelona want to make sure Jordi Alba have his last season this time, and he will leave the club at the end of the season, despite his contract expiring in 2024. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.